Hello friends, I'm Ritoved. Today I'll continue the concept of correlation we started in last video. Friends, in last video I tried my level best to clarify all your doubts regarding correlation. Let us review first. What is correlation? Correlation is a cause and effect relationship between two variables where one is independent variable and other is dependent variable. For example, with rise in price, demand falls. There is a negative correlation between two variables. With rise in advertisement, sale increases. There is a positive correlation between two variables. We also studied direct method of calculating correlation. Friends, I told you the condition applied for direct method is arithmetic mean should be in whole number and deviation of x or y series, in fact both, should be 0. Then only we can continue with the direct method of calculating correlation. Otherwise, we have to use shortcut method of calculating correlation. We study today. So let us start. Friends, in last video, in direct method, I told you three methods of calculating correlation. That is, correlation is equal to sigma dx dy divided by number of observations into standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. Another formula where standard deviation of x and y is put directly into the formula. And the last one is sigma dx dy divided by square root of sigma dx square into square root of sigma dy square. Friends, maximum this method is only used for calculating correlation. Now starts Carl Parsons shortcut method for calculating coefficient of correlation. Friends, you have to follow the method when your actual mean is not in whole number. It is in decimal format. Now what you have to do is you have to take any number from the x series and y series that is nearby your actual mean, that is in decimal format, and you can't follow the decimal format because it can create complications in your calculations. Now the formula start by sigma dx dy minus number of observations into x minus assumed mean of x, that is dx, and then y minus assumed mean of y, that is dy, divided by number of observations into standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. That is further concluded as sigma dx dy minus number of observations into sigma dx divided by number of observations into sigma dy divided by number of observations, whole is divided by number of observations into square root of sigma dx squared divided by number of observations minus sigma dx over n whole square into sigma dy square over n minus sigma dy over n whole square. Friends, take care. It is whole square of sigma dy. Now it is further concluded as sigma dx dy minus sigma dx dy over n. Friends, take care because our n is taken 2 times in the earlier formula. It will be divided by n taken in the numerator. Now it will be further followed as total divided by sigma dx square minus sigma dx over n ka whole square into sigma dy square minus sigma dy ka whole square divided by number of observations. That is further concluded as sigma dx dy into number of observations minus sigma dx into sigma dy divided by square root of sigma dx square into number of observations minus sigma dx whole square multiplied with sigma dy square into n minus sigma dy's whole square. Friends, this last formula is maximum used and this is better used for the making your calculations easy. Now I will explain you the formula with an example here. Calculate the coefficient of correlation between exports and imports. Here are two variables, export and import, and number of observations are 8 here. Friends, take care. In here dx will be calculated on the basis of assumed mean because though you are getting actual mean in whole number in x series but not in y. It is 22.5 in y series. So the nearby number of the 22.5 is 22. So you will take assumed mean of y series as 22 and all other is same, sigma x, sigma dx square, sigma y, sigma dy square, sigma dx dy, all as you have done in earlier example. Now shortcut method formula is applied in the example here. Sigma dx dy into n minus sigma dx into sigma dy divided by square root of sigma dx square into n minus sigma dx whole square. into sigma dy square into n minus sigma dy whole square. Friends, it's dy whole square, it's not dy square. That is further resulted into 25 into 8 minus 0 into 4 divided by square root of 28 into 8 minus 0 ka square. That is multiplied with 68 into 8 minus 4 ka whole square. That is further resulted into 200 divided by 224 into 528 ka square root is equal to 200 divided by square root of 343.91. That is resulted into 0.5815. That shows there is a positive correlation between the two variables of export and import. Friends, I will do another sum for you. That is, calculate coefficient of correlation if missing values are there in the questions. Students are generally confused with the missing values and finding the coefficient of correlation, because they have to do both the things. They have to find the missing number as well as find the coefficient of correlation too. Now what you are given here is, you are given here are two series x and y. You are given actual mean also. That is most helpful to find the missing number. What you will do is, as you know, the formula for mean is sum of observations divided by number of observations. Now what you will do is, sigma x you have to find by multiplying mean into number of observations. That is 52 multiplied with 10 will give you sum of observations in the x series. That is 520. Same you will do with the y series too, and it will give you 440. Now you have to find the missing number. To find missing number, you have to sum all the observations already given in the series for x and y and subtract the actual sum that you are getting by the calculation of multiplying the number of observations with the actual mean. That is 520 and 440. Now for the missing number for the x series will be 540 minus 466. That is 466 is the number you are getting by the sum of the observations already given in the series. Same you have to do for the missing number in the y series. 440 minus 398, that will give you 42. So their missing numbers are 54 in x series and 42 in y series. Friends, now you have got the missing values and you will put the values in the series of x and y and follow the same format to solve the sums. You will make 7 columns of x series, deviation of x series, dx square, y, dy, dy square, dx into dy, and sum of all the columns below. Then coefficient of correlation you have to find by the direct method. Friends, you have to follow direct method because you are given with the arithmetic mean in whole number and your deviations are 0 here. Now formula will be sigma dx dy divided by square root of dx square into square root of dy square. That is equal to 248 divided by square root of 304 into square root of 224 is equal to 248 divided by 260.95, that is equal to 0.9504. Friends, pay attention, it is again positive, so there is a positive correlation between the two variables x and y. So friends, here is another sum taken for you, that is in continuous series. Your age group is in continuous series, that is 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100. And another variable is death rate. Friends, what you have to do, you have to find the x series by finding mid values of the group series by adding numbers of the group and dividing them by 2. That is 0 plus 20 divided by 2 is equal to 10. 20 plus 40 divided by 2 is equal to 30. So this way you will get the mid values of x series. Then again you have to follow the same format. You have to put them in the 7 columns: x, deviation of x, dx square, y, deviation of y, dy square, dx, dy, and sum of all the columns. Now friends, pay attention. What you have to do is you have to follow shortcut method for calculating coefficient of correlation, because though you are given arithmetic mean in whole number, though you are getting deviation of x is in 0, but still deviation of y is 130. So you cannot follow the direct method of calculating for coefficient of correlation, and you have to follow the shortcut method for calculating coefficient of correlation here. So friends, apply the formula in the sum. You have to follow shortcut method here. That is sigma dx dy into n minus sigma dx into sigma dy divided by square root of sigma dx square into n minus sigma dx whole square multiplied with sigma dy square into n minus sigma dy whole square. Friends, you have to follow the same formula always whenever you are using shortcut method. Now next is you have to put the figures in the formula, that is 31,600 into 5 minus 0 into 130 divided by square root of 4,000 into 5 minus 0's whole square multiplied with 2,81,700 into 5 minus 130's whole square, that is equal to 1,58,000 divided by square root of 20,000 into 13,91,600 is equal to 1,58,000 divided by 1,66,829.25. That will result into 0.947. Friend, it shows there is a positive correlation between the two variables x and y. Friends, I hope the video really helped you to understand all the concepts of correlation. In next videos, I will clear the concepts regarding index number and regression. So friends, please like and subscribe my video. That will motivate me. Thank you.